ó ga o. Ransom ni ẹ wá gbọ́ tuntun. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ti sọ̀rọ̀ sókè o. Eléyìí ó kà màmá. Alright my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another strong one reaching us still on the matter. Yòrùbá nation, no going back. Exactly what it is, exactly what the people are talking about. Well, onto this one, the president of the country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has restated that ransom would no longer be paid to kidnappers or on policies which have trapped the Nigerian people economically. Well, meanwhile, the president said this in an article published on Newsweek on Monday. And meanwhile, Tinubu recounted how the 276 girls were abducted in the night from their school in Chibok. Just supposed how such incidents have dealt with them. 137 children were recently taken from a school in Kaduna, and the president also commented on various dividends which his policies have yielded nothing, that the momentum would be sustained. Well, meanwhile, the president wrote, this time, unlike Chibok, the girls and the boys were brought back a fortnight later. The security and the intelligence agencies deployed immediately to rescue them. Nevertheless, legitimate concerns over kidnappings persist in Africa's most populous country. Sources in Kaduna has brought families relief and praise for the military. Yet the government bears no illusion. The scourge of kidnappings must be routed once and for all. Well, meanwhile, with recognizing the changing nature of the threat, Boko Haram translates to Western education is forbidden and then reflects an ideological impetus as jihadi insurgents opposed to the very idea of a Nigerian state. Well, meanwhile, today Boko Haram are splintered, and then mass abductions are primarily the work of criminal gangs. There is no ideology here. Kidnapping has become an illegal industry, rewarded with a ransom within days of the Kaduna attack. The abductors were demanding 1 billion naira, that's $600,000. Nothing was paid. As a president, I have been clear that ransom stops. Resolution through payment only perpetuates the wider problem. This extortion bracket must be squeezed out of existence. Meanwhile, the cost of perpetrators must be raised. They will receive not a dime, and then instead security services counter action, but compressing the kidnap for ransom market only address the pull factors if we are to avoid funneling the same people into other crimes that cause normal Nigerians to feel insecure. Well, we must address the push factor, poverty, inequality, and then a paucity of opportunity. Criminal gangs can find easy recruits among those without either a job or the prospect of one. Meanwhile, some 63% of Nigerians are multidimensional poor. They are bearing the economic consequences of our failure by successive governments to get to grip with the Nigerian economy. Fiscal and monetary albatrosses have grounded the country's flight. When surging demographic demand, high economic growth to just maintain current standards of living, a decades-old fuel subsidy was exhausting patchy public finances. By 2022, the costs had ballooned to 10 billion naira. $10 billion, more than the government's combined spending on education, health care, and infrastructure in a budget of $40 billion. Meanwhile, currency control that artificially propped up the naira deterred investment and led to shortages of foreign exchange for decades. We have been financially ransoming ourselves. When my government took office last May, we faced a pile of debt obligations. Just as with kidnappers, we had to be tough with the economy. Unsustainable market distortions had to be removed. As expected, floating the naira caused it to plunge. Given Nigeria is a net food importer, the average shopping basket has consequently risen in price. The removal of the fuel subsidy in a country where many businesses and households rely on generators for power has also had far-reaching effects. Well, these reforms have caused pain across Nigeria. They are still painful, yet there is no better alternative. These and then other difficult reforms are necessary to arrest the economic rot that lies at the heart of insecurity. Green shoots are now visible in the first quarter of this year. Foreign currency inflows have almost matched those for the whole of last year. A multi-billion forex backlog at the central bank has been cleared, giving foreign investors confidence to invest in Africa's largest economy, safe in the knowledge they can repatriate earnings. The naira has begun to stabilize after its initial downward trend and then has made huge gains again against the dollar. Talk of macroeconomics might seem remote from the challenge of insecurity, but without the fundamental in place, it is impossible for an enabling environment where the private sector thrives. Jobs are created and the opportunity is spread across the country. Well, it is how we ensure children can go to school without fear. For any who may have doubted our direction, it should now be clear. There will be no more ransom paid, not to kidnappers, nor towards those policies which have trapped our people economically. Nigerians and then their economy will be liberated. All right, this has been said by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He had made it clear in his own opinion that that ransom will no longer be paid. Hey, this is so serious, and a lot of people have been like, Oga, you have said it all, but the truth of the matter is, do not allow these people to continue to even exist in the first place. I think that's another one we are to deliberate on. Yes, the president made it clear earlier that he will never pay ransom. You understand? Fine, that if people are kidnapped, he will not pay ransom. But why is it that the president cannot come out fully to tackle this insecurity? Yes, we have talked about this times with that number, but this time around it's like everybody needs to talk more on this matter. Why? Because the rate to which these Fulani people have ravaged the whole country, everywhere, you can no longer travel a few distance without being praying that God, let me get to my destination. God, I pray, let me get to my destination safely. That's exactly what the country has turned into. Before you say you want to go to the market, sometimes, my brother, my sister, you could be kidnapped. So what is going on? What are the things we can do to stop this finally? Because for all these agitators that are coming out that want to go our separate ways, the Arewa want to go on their own. I don't know if those ones are still clamoring for that, but some of them are still like, okay, it will be better if they go, while some are like they have to take over the country because they were born to rule. We are getting it. Yes, talking about the Biafra on their own part, they are still of the opinion that, we need to go our separate ways. Then the greatest of them all, the Yòrùbá nation movement, yes, the people have to say they are going their ways. Simply, why are these people saying all this? Simply because the country has not worked out. It has not been able to feed the people with the right news, with the positive news. Yeah, so and then right now, if everyone is saying we need to go our separate ways, at least those people are not just saying that because of what is going on in the country. Everybody needs to be happy, so we need to go our separate ways. At least talking about the treaty of 100 years, which had completed about 10 years ago, 2014 to now is about 20, that is about 110 years, so to say. Now the people have the right to say we want to go our separate ways. We have the right for self-determination because it is our right to live. That's exactly what we are talking about. Now what is going on in the country? The president has made it clear that he is not going to pay any ransom. Fine, it's another great update, but right now those things that can be put in place to stop these people from kidnapping and doing all sorts of atrocities, performing all sorts of atrocities on the people. That's exactly what we are talking about. Somebody's of the opinion that with due respect, sir, tackle all the killings in Nigeria, please. Exactly what we are talking about. If the government can tackle this, I think there won't be any need for you talking about people who have been kidnapped to be rescued. That's another great one. And meanwhile, a lot of people are not actually telling it the way it's supposed to be. We need to tell ourselves this truth. Like I've been hearing a lot of people talking about the fact that what is happening in the country this time around, the hardship had been too much, yet nobody is coming out. That during the time of EndSARS, the way people came out in their numbers, that's the same way it has been expected that Nigerians should have come out a long time ago, but it's getting worse by the day. A lady came out some days ago, and then she was like, the children has no father, she's the only one that have been taking care of the children. But now look at everything is expensive. Her babies were crying in that video. I was like, what is going on? He said she has not eaten for days, the children have not eaten for days, simply because everything is so expensive. There's hardship in the country. My brother, my sister, that's another aspect we are talking about. Yet nobody is coming together to say, in fact, we must protest, we must expose them, because the way the whole thing is going right now is nothing to write home about. And then as it stands, it's only the good Lord that will help us. And these so-called Fulani, they are not even making it clear in the other way around. They are full on the street, and then the way the whole matter is going right now, my brother, my sister, it's only the good Lord that will help us. That's why the good people have come outside to say it is only when we separate that things will work out. Yes, somebody's of the opinion that see Ashiwaju, how many times did I call you? You think say Nigeria we are fools, right? No wahala, it's a matter of time. Where is Buhari today? Many before you, and then believe after you someone must replace there. So remember your last day. Okay, that's exactly what this person had just actually said onto this one. Well, my brother, my sister, the whole truth right now is that we need to tackle it the way it's supposed to be, the way it should be. Let everybody be plain. Let everybody be plain on this matter. Let everyone come out and then let us speak the truth. What is going on? Who is deceiving who? Are they pretending? Is the government pretending that it doesn't know anything about it? Then if the government is not pretending, the government should prove to us by arresting all these people and do the needful to them. Yes, I will not tell them what to do, so that at least we can have rest of mind in the country. That's exactly another way. But meanwhile, Yòrùbá nation not going back. Exactly what it is, exactly what the people are talking about. What more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this, my people, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.